switch the camera. Yeah, I think it is perfect. I want them to see this one. Okay. So, hi guys. So I can see 4 of you here, and I found these plain acrylic tags with this $1 IKEA frame, and I thought that why I should throw it. I should basically make something out of it. So I decided to do a live video, and as I have many followers back in India, I decided to do a live video for in the night time. It's 1 o'clock here, and I decided to do all my following, like a live video for all my following back in India. So today I'm going to teach you all how to make this beautiful tag, which you must have seen in the thumbnail. And these are acrylic tags, and I can see all the people, Nandini, Drishti, Teresa, hi to you three. And I do see people joining in, and it's really exciting because I really want people to see my art and get inspired. And I'm applying for Prima design team call. You might have figured out from all my social media, and one of the criteria is to do live videos, so I decided to give it a shot. So I really hope the light here is enough for you to see what I am doing, and I'm gonna get started. And let me just clear my desk, and I have opened my screen and I can see your comments, and if you have any questions you guys can go forward. I'm gonna teach each and everything step by step, and you can actually see in this particular live video that I am basically, like, it takes me a while to figure out my composition. So on my videos everything is very fast because I cut the clips, I edit it, and that's why it looks so flawless. But in this one you would be able to see exactly what I'm doing, and it takes me a while to figure out, you know, what I'm doing and how to do it. So with this acrylic tag, the first thing which I will do is that I'm going to take some white gesso. So I generally don't keep my gesso in a bottle. I generally keep it in this small container, which is again from IKEA. It was 50 cents or something like that. And this actually helps me because if I want to dilute the paint, it's very easy for me. I always have my pink spray bottle with me, and all I have to do is just spray some water and it is diluted. And sometimes when I want it to be highly diluted, I just take some paint, dab it here, and just spray it, and it becomes diluted. So this method works for me, and I generally keep my gesso inside this because this is what I use the most, right? So the first thing which I'm going to do is that I'm going to cover this tag with some paint, and this doesn't have to be like defined, you know, so it can be anywhere. See, like what I'm doing, I'm just doing a random paint splatter because this is where I'm going to sprinkle other colors. I'm going to use my mist and my acrylic paints, and rest of the part is going to be acrylic, you know, rest of the part I want it to be transparent. So I'll just randomly dab everything. And a big hi to everyone who's joining in. Hopefully with time we can do these live videos more. I think I'm gonna enjoy doing these live videos. So while this is drying, let's decide which color we want our tag to be. So I have made you know, pink, yellow, green, and I think purple. So let's this time make it in brown color. So for brown color, I have some of these flowers here with me, and I'll be using these flowers to make my beautiful tag. And to make the composition, I'll randomly pick some flowers, and I've decided to use a little less number of flowers because I know it's very hard to find them in India, and I want to show you guys that it's very easy to make beautiful compositions even if you have less supplies. Okay, so now let's take this particular tag and let's wait for it to dry. And for that purpose, I would not recommend you guys to use heat gun for long because this is plastic and this might get burned up, you know, like this might just melt in your hand. So just use this heat gun, but from a very distance. Okay, so from the distance I'm going to do some heat, like I'm just going to try to dry it up so that I can work on it. But you know, these are the parts which I usually clip out when I make my normal videos. So let's see. So I know it will take time, so what I will do, as it is, I'm going to cover it with paint. So I'll just take my tissue and dab it around, and this again gives me a very abstract look. Look at it, it looks so beautiful, right? So on top of this, my compositions are gonna look very nice. And now the next step which I do is that I usually take a lot of die cuts in my compositions, in my all my creative stuff. Okay, hi Rosa, nice to see you here. So what I do is that I have a lot of die cuts which I cut beforehand using my Vagabond. And earlier I had this thing called Big Shot, and it was very hard for me to cut it because it takes time. So I see Cindy here. Hi Cindy, it's so good to see you guys here. So see, these are my die cuts which I pre-cut, and I just randomly use them whenever I'm creating a composition, and I generally do a lot of tearing with hand, you know. So look at this, I'm just going to tear this and I'm going to use it, okay? And one of the most important things which I recommend you guys grab is foliage, okay? That really helps in filling up all your creative work. So have a look. Okay, so I have these Ziploc bags, and I just keep my die cuts in some certain category. Like for example, these were geometric shapes, and this is my foliage. And my foliage is very, very, very important because this actually helps me in filling my entire project. Like it takes it to another new dimension. Okay, so I do recommend you guys use it. And another thing, so this is going to be a little bit disorganized because this is the first time I'm doing a live video, and next time I'll try to be more clean. I just wanted to try it out, and then when I just started out, I was like, okay, let's go ahead. So now have a look at this one. So this is basically I'm not sure what it is called. I think it's called moss grass. Okay, this is again used to give good textures to your project. So what I will do is that I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it. And honestly guys, speaking right now, I can't find a big scissors, so I think I just found one on my desk. My desk is like Bermuda Triangle, like I mean, I can't find things when I need to. So I'm just going to randomly cut this. See, okay, and after that I'll just start building stuff up. So just cut it in 2 parts. And I can't find my Tim Holtz scissors right now. I mean, they are very easy to use, but it's fine. So this is it here. Oh wow, I see a lot of more people here. Thank you guys so much for joining in. It feels really good. So if you have any questions guys, feel free to drop all your questions, okay? So see here, what I'm doing is that I'm pasting all my, like basically I'm trying to figure out how my composition would go, and that's how I do it. This is the place where my flower is going to be. And another tip which I would like to give you guys, and it's very, very, very important, okay? So to give a lot of dimensions, okay? So yeah, Nandini, the green thing is called moss grass. It's basically a moss sheet, and you can find it like in most of the craft shops. If you're in India, try Itsy Bitsy, they should be having it, okay? So this is basically a thick chipboard, okay, which you can cut using your scissors. And see, what I do is that I cut this scissor basically, you know. And let me see if I have any other comment and I'm not able to see something. I don't know. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I can see all the comments now. So I just cut small squares, okay? And always make sure guys you do this, because this will take your project to next level, trust me. And just stick them up and create a platform for your flowers, okay? So this platform would now raise your flower, okay? And with this raise, you can actually fill it up. It would give you more space to fill up with pretty things, right? So make sure you always stick your flowers with a platform, at least the one which you want it to be, like as a focal point. So here, see, I'm going to be just adding this, and let's add this here, okay, and let's add a flower over here, and then you can see I'll have enough space behind the flower. Okay, yeah, it is black chipboard. It's a thick black chipboard. I think it was 270 GCM. Okay, here. So this is the flower which I'm sticking now, and now if you'll see, I have enough space here at this point and at this point to plug in things and make good texture and good filling out of it. Okay, so first let's start with moss. So now I have cut it, and again, try to be abstract with your pieces. When you cut such things, don't make it straight square or straight rectangle. That is never going to look good. Try to be more abstract, okay? So now when I stick it like this, see, this pops out, right? So let's do this one first, and then we will pop in more elements. And this glue gun is giving me a hard time. I need to buy a new one, and I'm just way too lazy. I think I'll order a new one from Michael's today. Okay, so here it is, and now let's cut it and put this one over here, and this one is a little squarish, so I'm going to make it a little triangle, and I'm going to cut it and put it right over here. Okay, so be careful with the glue because this is plastic and it might burn. Okay, and now let's take out some leaves and put it. Foliage is always going to look pretty in your projects. See, with the platform, it is very easy for me. Like using a black chipboard, it made it very easy for me to put in all my elements in together. Okay, and here it is. This one goes in, and I think this looks pretty. Let's put this one also in, and keep building your project slowly. You don't have to worry. Okay, it takes time, and with time you guys will get hang of it. Making composition is very easy. Don't be intimidated by all the big artists out there. Okay, let's see now. Let's add this. Actually, this is not looking good. See, this is making it a little out of space, right? We don't need a piece like this. We need something which is smaller, maybe this piece. Okay, so we'll add this one over here, and our tag is going to be ready very soon. So I'll try my best to give you guys some live videos in which you can actually ask me questions, and it is super easy for you guys to basically, you know, figure out what I'm doing, and they are very beginner friendly, and that might help you guys to, you know, enhance your creativity more. So see, remember that piece which I was cutting that time? I'm just using it right now, and this is how I compose my entire project. Now see, this is ready, and here is my base decoration which is ready. Always keep tissues and baby wipes handy, because when you guys are doing mixed media, trust me, it's not going to be clean. It's definitely going to get messy. And let me add this one more, and we will be done with this part. Okay, so once this is done, I want to pep it up more. So I have these wings, and they are, I think, IOD molds. What I will do is that I'm going to add a wing like this. Okay, this would give it a very nice look, but first we are going to paint it, and then we will add it. Okay, so for paint, okay, I do recommend acrylic paints by Prima, but if you don't have them, don't be intimidated. Just go ahead and buy normal paints from any paint shop. Like, you can, if you want to be creative, you can be creative with any kind of supplies. You don't have to have fancy supplies. I always insist on this. Okay, so just go ahead and get some paints. Okay, we are going to paint it, and as this is light brown, we will take hues of brown around it. Okay, so I'm going to select some of my paints which I'm planning to use with this one, and let's see how it goes. See, yeah. these are the few colors which I will be using, and I think they all will go very very well with the whole project. Okay, so now let's start painting it. Cool. This is the paint which I'm going to be using the first, and I really hope it opens up. Sometimes these bottles, they get really clogged. Okay, and generally I always use the paint which is there on the lid, and always have baby wipes in handy, and somehow I can't find my baby wipes here on my desk, but that's all right, we'll go forward. Okay, so I'll take a paintbrush, and preferably a small one, and so this size is good. Okay, and take some paint, and for that put some water here. Okay, don't take very thick paint, always start with diluted paint so that you can build out the composition and you know what you're doing, right? I mean, if you start with dark intensity of paint, you won't be able to make it light, but with lighter you can always move towards darker shades. See, I'm just coloring it quickly, and here. Okay, so I have some more guests. Hi Vanessa, thank you so much for joining me today. And now this is done in brown. Let's take some gold. This is ancient coin. It is again one of my favorite colors, and thank God the bottle got opened. Okay, so I'll take some water. I always have water, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of shade. Okay, in the corners, that's it. And then in the end we'll put some wax on it to give it a nice look. And with this particular color and this color, let's use it now for adding it to our tag, and that's how I add it. Take a lot of water, trust me guys, taking water will always help you. See, the way acrylic on acrylic base, the colors, the way they pop, it's really interesting. They blend so well. Okay, and here it is. See, such a beautiful and simple tag we made in such a short amount of time, right? And we can add this wing, but somehow I feel it doesn't look good now. Or maybe we can add it like this. Definitely not like that. Okay, so let's drop on the wings. I somehow feel it is not looking good. What do you think, guys? Do you think the wing is looking good? Just type yes in case you feel it is looking good. And I have another wing. We might want to use this one. Yeah, it will look better if we use a wing on this side, or as we decided, let's keep it here only. Actually, I'll keep it like this. Okay, so I'll just take my glue gun, and no wing. Okay, Tamira says no wing. Let's leave the wing, and let's adhere the flower properly. And I think we have our cute tiny tag ready. All it needs is a word sticker, and for that I would recommend you guys to get 7 Dot Studios. Let me show you. Okay, these are the word stickers which 7 Dot Studio has, and they're really nice, and I always use them for my projects. So let's use this one. She was a wildflower, and this looks really nice, and we'll just add it somewhere over here and it will look pretty. So to add it, take a black paper and then just cut it and take this and add it here. Okay, so to add it here, you always use these foam squares or just foam stickers so that you can give it some dimension, right? And see, everything is so easy. Like, you don't have to make things very complicated to make it look pretty. It was so simple. Like, I'm active from past 20 minutes. 5 minutes was blabbering. So in just about 15 minutes, we were able to make this tag together. And that's it, guys. See, looks pretty, right? And in the end, what you can do is just pierce this and add an eyelet and add a tag to it. I don't have any sample here on my desk, otherwise I would have shown it to you. But let's do one thing. Let's add the eyelet. So this is crocodile. It's very old, and all my friends from India, you can find this tool at local hardware shops, okay, for like 100 rupees or something like that. They're very cheap over there, okay? And if you don't have it, just pierce it using a pin or something, okay? So I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to take an eyelet and I'm going to set it. So I've kept some eyelets in here. Let's find the right color. Okay, I need the brown one. Okay, so this is the brown color. And yay, guys, we're almost done. Woohoo, my first live. Okay. This is a beautiful tag now, see. And you can add a thread, which I'm thinking if I have, see, I have some pieces of thread here. Just insert this. This is pretty. Now see. So guys, I really hope you all have enjoyed this video, and I think I'm gonna make it live, as in I'm gonna upload this live video to my YouTube so that many of you who haven't seen it from the beginning can see it again. And thank you so much, guys. This was my first live video and I was so nervous, but you guys made it possible for me to do this live video, and I really hope this year I make it to my dream team. And I'll be back again with some more videos, some very easy videos which you can do. So just remember all these beautiful tips which I have given you. I'm gonna repeat these tips again and again so that you guys like remember it when you guys make the project, and never be scared, you know. Just go forward with your creativity. Be creative, be imaginative, and there's no stopping. And be happy. So have a wonderful day, guys, and bye bye, good night. I'm gonna go and hit my bed now. Bye.